Thank you for being here, and I'll go ahead and ask you some questions. So first of all, with coronavirus, how have you just stayed busy with trying to play as much golf as possible and get ready for the season as soon as it comes around, hopefully?
Yeah, it's been weird for everyone for sure, but luckily I'm in Orlando and the courses have stayed open, so I've been able to kind of practice and play like normally, which has been pretty nice. So yeah, I've just been trying to practice as much as possible and work on some parts of my game that were kind of struggling over the last like year or so. They got kind of off. So
Mm-hmm.
and you know how it is, like when you're trying to work on something at a tournament, it's just like it's a
Yeah,
struggle, right?
it's
So
tough.
it's like
Yeah,
you need some time. You need
right.
some time to like have a few days where you just don't know how to chip and you're just like working through it, you know? So and
Yeah.
it's like it's gonna be okay, you know, because you know you have time. But
Hmm.
it's like when you have to play in 2 days, you know, against some really good players, it's a
Yeah.
little different. So it's been good to have time to work on stuff and try to get a perspective of what needs to get better, you know, because
Right.
like you know how it is, everybody's getting better at every level. I mean, in college right now, I see the scores
Hmm.
you guys are shooting, and they're way better than when I was there, and it just keeps getting better and better. So, you know, you just always trying to get better. But I ask you the same question: what have you been up to?
Yeah, so Indiana, the courses have remained open, luckily. I don't know what I would do if they would have closed.
Yeah,
But we had to finish with online classes, and so that took up a lot of time. Actually, a
yeah,
lot of my classes got harder, like more work than before when we were at school.
yeah.
So that was kind of hard. And then I started 2 summer classes, summer term 1. So
Okay.
2 6-week classes, and I had no idea how intense they were going to be. But
Wow.
yeah, so I have that, but my tournaments, I had one on Sunday, and then I have the stadium this week. So just like Indiana golf, and I probably wouldn't have played in them if we had the normal like national tournament schedule. But it's fun to get to play at home because I haven't played in Indiana in a very long time. So it's
Yeah,
nice.
for sure, for sure. What are you majoring in? What classes are you taking?
I don't know. I'm taking a bunch of general courses and just trying to
Yeah,
figure it out. But I'll
yeah,
declare after, hopefully like middle of next year.
right.
Yeah. What did you major in?
I majored in psychology.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I had more time to practice, I think,
Yeah.
majoring in the social science, you know, area.
Mhm.
So it was either
For
social
sure.
psych, and I was never gonna leave that little bubble. It was gonna be one of those two. So I didn't really have to think about it too much.
Yeah.
What are you leaning towards?
Well, I'm definitely going to get the MMS certificate, the business
Yeah.
one, because that's probably what I would major in if I went somewhere else, was just business. So I'll
Mhm.
get that. And then that goes with sociology. So those would be easy to do together. But I don't know. If I didn't play golf, I'd want to do something with medicine, but also like
Mhm.
I want to play pro. So that's kind of
Yeah.
impossible to do together. So I'm just, I don't know. I'm taking an exercise physiology class right now
Okay.
and I love it.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, I wish I could major in something like that, but me and Kenny, did you have, no, you definitely don't have Kenny, he's young, but not, he's like, I don't know, I don't know how old he is, but he is going to probably help me find something to do with that. So
That's cool, and that's also applicable to golf too, right? I would imagine, like,
yes, yeah.
definitely.
So how have you been doing the whole workout thing with staying at home, and when you are like full tour mode, how do you manage working out and playing golf, and how much importance do you place on it?
Well, I know it's really important. It's one of the things I seriously lack motivation in. Like, I could
Really?
practice all day. I could
Uh-huh.
practice 8, 9 hours, no problem. But like
Yeah.
putting in a little half an hour to an hour workout, and I'm just like, come on. But
Really?
yeah, like I just don't have the motive, especially like right now. Like the gyms were closed, so I have some
Mm,
stuff set up in the garage. But it's just like I go in there and I'm just like by
yeah.
myself. And I'm just like, damn, like I can't get going, you know.
Uh-huh.
I know how important it is, especially like because I'm getting older. When you'll
Mhm.
experience this in like 15 years, but you know you start to get little aches and pains, and
Mm,
you know the more balls you hit, it kind of wears down your joints and stuff. So
yeah.
I would say I've been focusing mostly on just trying to stay like as healthy feeling as possible. So
Mhm.
getting the mobility, you know, especially in like the hips and the thoracic spine, because if I
Right.
get a little, you know, too slouched,
Mhm.
feeling hunched over with the
Yeah,
shoulders.
I
I
feel
had a
that.
shoulder problem last year, and it was all, due to posture stuff. And like when
Hmm.
you're practicing all day, you're in this position,
Yeah, like
and
your upper back just
yeah,
kills.
it gets, work. So yeah, just trying to like stretch out and be loose. And I've been walking like 9 holes with like a lot of push
Oh,
work. And I'm
that's
like, this is
different.
my exercise for the day. Yeah, but other than that, like not a whole lot. But you would probably be a great person to ask on that, because since you're taking
Yes.
class and everything. So what are you doing?
I think I'm the opposite. I think I may like working out just as much or more than I do golf.
All right, well then we need to practice and work
Yeah.
out together. Okay, so we can feed
Yeah.
off of that.
Yeah, I am lucky. I started with a really good like TPI trainer when I was probably 13, but I played basketball until I was like 15 after my freshman year of high school. So
Okay.
I just always played other sports, and then my
Yeah,
trainers helped me like find stuff that's good for golf but also fun to do. And
that's
I play
awesome.
my best golf when I'm sore. So
Are you
that's,
serious?
yes, because
Like
I've
sore
like
where?
I can over rotate a lot. That's
Yeah.
what I work on in my swing. And so if I'm sore, like I stay tight and
Oh my
get it
gosh.
a lot better. So
That's like the
that may be
opposite
why I
for
love
me.
it.
Yeah,
Really?
that's so interesting. Yeah, like if
Yeah.
I like lift weights, I get really tight, and I think I'm already sort of like not very flexible.
Uh,
But then I can't turn, and like
so
my
it's
swing
too
plane gets
short.
off. It's so interesting how everybody's bodies are so different.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, but
Huh.
that's good that you found, like something that works for you, and then you
Hmm.
stick with it all this time. That's going to pay off huge when you are done with school and you go on to
Hmm.
a professional. You're going to be like already like a huge step ahead of everybody else, because it's taken me like a couple years to figure out what I need to do, and then I'm still like, you better do it or else, like, so busy with
That's
it.
funny.
So
Hmm. So you were player of the year your junior year in college,
yeah.
correct? So how did you handle that going into senior year, and then how ultimately did you know that you were ready for the LPGA tour, and how did you know that how did you decide to come back for your senior year instead of going pro?
Okay. Interesting question. I have to go back in time. That was a long time ago for me. So yeah, my junior year was like just really good. Won a couple tournaments.
Hmm.
Just kind of had like a lot of top fives and top tens, I guess. Just really steady. And then going into the senior year, I definitely felt like the pressure, the expectations to like,
Hmm.
which is like hard to do once you've done really well.
Yeah.
So I think that was sort of like the first time for me where I had to like deal with those kinds of like mental stresses. And I
Hmm.
think I handled it like okay. It's just kind of still like my thinking is just always just try to get better. But I would say that what I didn't know then was I didn't know how big of the transition it was going to be from college golf to Symetra and then to LPGA. Not only in the level of play, but just the amount of traveling that you do
Yeah.
is, and you've traveled a bunch. Like you're all over the place, and in college you do travel quite a bit, and you have to, balance the studying. So like you're on track. Like it's not going to take that much for you to figure it out. It's just I think everybody kind of learns it different, and it was pretty hard for me. Just like I remember in college, my assistant was Jeannie Cho. I
Oh
know
my
you have,
gosh.
yeah,
Gee,
you
I
have
love
John,
her.
and you have John now, which is crazy
He's
because
great, yeah.
yeah, he's the best. But like Jeannie had everything planned, like
Hmm.
what we were gonna do,
That's
where
how
we were
John
gonna
is, yeah.
be. Yeah, like, and I like to just follow what somebody like lays out. So it was like a really good mix for me because I was just like, you know, John and Jeannie and Coach Brooks, you trust them so much because they've been around for so long and
Yeah.
they do such a good job. Then it's like you're on your own. You don't have a Jeannie. Like, here's my
Yeah.
Jeannie. Like, so I kind of had to figure that out, kind of along the way. And then the piece of like trying to keep your game at a high level while traveling. So like you don't have
Hmm.
like, a week to go home and work with either your coach or have, somebody look at your swing. You gotta kind of do it and figure it out at tournament site
Yeah.
where there's 140 other people trying to do the same thing in a limited amount of space. So that was kind of like I was like lost, but you figure it out. You figure out what works for you and you stick with that, and you don't have to think about much else after that.
Good. All right, so
that helped. I don't know.
No, yeah. John's talked to me about that, how like you need to have a specific practicing that you can do wherever.
Yes.
Like in limited space, because I live on a golf course, so I kind of like do my own thing out here and have all the space in the world. So yeah.
That's kind of how I grew up as well, and I have like a lot of gadgets that I set up and could easily take up like a quarter of the range and like not feel bad at all. Like
Yeah.
you can't do it, So
Uh-huh.
it's a learning process, and everybody figures it out. So you guys can do it too.
Yeah. All right. So looking back on your college years, if you have a square with 4 corners and you have to pick 3 to make a triangle, and the 4 things are school, golf, sleep, and social life, which 3 would you pick, and would you change it looking back?
That's the best question ever. You're so smart. Oh my God. Okay, so I need a lot of sleep, and everybody's different. So I routinely would not sacrifice sleep for the social stuff.
Huh.
But looking back, I'm like, couldn't you have just like slept a little bit less? Like, because college is a lot of fun, and you only get to do it once. And there's a lot of things that I miss about, being in that time. So it's all a balance, and like go with your gut. I think, like if you're really like unsure about how to balance it, maybe write it out, think about it. It's like what I would tell myself, because I didn't really like think through some of the things that I was like trying to deal with. So it would just be sort of like overwhelming. It's kind of how it felt. It definitely felt overwhelming a lot. So yeah, just maybe like, and college is so fast paced too. Like I don't envy your schedule, because you work like twice as hard as like a professional golfer in a lot of ways. You really do, because of you got to go to class. You have your day is all day. It really it goes all day. So it's a lot of hard things about that. But sometimes you really need the sleep and you need to recover, and sometimes maybe you don't need it so much. So you can go have fun with your friends. But it's all like up to you, and you make it the experience that you want, and just keep in the back of your mind that it's only going to happen one time. But so this end of your year was cut short due to COVID, and you guys didn't get to play in like nationals. And this was your freshman year, and freshman year is the most memorable year, I think. Like you just remember everything. So I'm sure that was really difficult for you and the team. Like how did you feel about that?
Yeah, me and Anna, our senior from Slovenia, who's turning pro this year, we were really close this year. Like she definitely took me under her wing, and she was like my mom. And so playing in nationals, like I was looking forward to that so much, just like playing the national championship with her. And we were really coming together, and I thought we had a really good chance, and I think everyone would agree. But I'm an emotional person, and so I took it pretty tough. I probably cried more than everyone else combined, but I just feel bad for our seniors, just because I mean, like they gotta live it last year, live winning the national championship, and then they had 365 days to look forward to that and to prepare for it again. And me and Megan came in as freshmen and tried to do everything we could to help that happen again. So just to not even get the chance, and then have to wait another year, and then for them not even to have the opportunity, it just sucks. So that's really all you can say. It sucks.
That's all you can say. But other than that part of it, how would you describe your freshman year?
It was interesting. I think that the best piece of advice that I got, I think beginning of my second semester, was like I had a tough time the first semester just adjusting. I got pretty homesick just because I'm very like attached to where I'm from, and I loved the team. Everything was just so new. So it just kind of like struck me. And I had been committed for a long time, and I'd always dreamed and knew I was going to go to Duke. So it was just a long time coming, and then it finally hit me. So I was just, wow.
Yeah.
But the sports psychologist told me that I was comparing my freshman year of college to my senior year of high school, and like you just can't do that. And
Right.
so once I learned to maybe look at my freshman year to compare it to my freshman year of high school, I could probably learn a little bit more and have a better perspective. And once I
Yeah.
started doing that, I realized that things are going to get better and it wasn't the end of the world. And so when I came back second semester, I just felt really comfortable and was finally starting to play some good golf and just not get overwhelmed from not having everything the exact way that I had it at home. So that's just where I had to learn to change my routine and not be so stuck in my ways. And the coaches definitely kind of helped me do that. So grateful for that.
It's so many changes at once. You know,
Yeah.
it's like dropped off from this place that you're gonna live now, and it's like with all these strangers. And it's a crazy experience. It's totally unique for sure. But yeah, it sounds like you had a transition from your first semester to your second semester, and it helped your game, right?
For sure.
So like, that's sort of like kind of like what I was talking about earlier, like from college to like professional. There's that transition.
Yeah.
You gotta figure out a way to help to like elevate your game.
Right.
And like, that's always the piece that like we're all trying to figure out. So, what do you think? What do you think made the difference in your game changing?
Well, actually, over Christmas break, it was like 2 months in college. It's a pretty long time. I got my tonsils out, and so I did not touch a golf club for over a month because I was out. And so I think that break really just like remotivated me and kind of put everything in perspective. It made me miss golf again and just made me super excited to get back at it. And so I think just the fresh start is kind of what did everything for me. I sat down, we have like our year-end meetings or whatever, and I made it pretty clear that like I wasn't happy with how I played in the fall, and I didn't just want to do better, like I have to do better. And so just kind of had everyone around me with the same mindset. We all weren't that happy with our fall season, so we all kind of kicked it into high gear and started the spring season out well, and we were really on a roll. So
that's awesome. That's really good when you can get a lot of people like on the same page as you, so you're not just kind of like doing your own thing, because it's a lot harder alone.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's sick. Yeah.
So I know you had Coach Brooks since he's been there forever.
Ever.
And Jeannie, so what was your favorite, like all-time favorite memory from Duke? College, like golf, like school, anything?
I'm not really good with like individual memories. It's the weirdest thing. Like, shoot. I should have
like
thought
nationals or anything?
We did well my senior year at nationals. We finished second.
That's good.
So yeah, here's a good memory. I think my senior year, we were playing the last day of nationals, and we were up against USC. You know, like bitter rivals. And one of my good friends, Annie Park, was like taking over the tournament. She was leading by a bunch, and USC was ahead by quite a bit. But I think we had like this back nine push where I don't know if we like overtook teams. Like I can't remember those kind of details, but like I think my last 4 holes of college, I went like something like birdie, 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 eagle. So like I finished really well. This was the
oh my gosh.
the University of Georgia course.
Oh yeah, I've played there. That's
so
tough.
The last 2 holes are par 5s.
Yes.
And I definitely remember walking down the last hole of the last round and just thinking, this is it. Like this.
Oh my gosh.
It was like
crying.
It was emotional.
Yeah.
And I think Jeannie was there with me. Like she was kind of off to the side, didn't want to like.
She was probably crying.
Yeah, she had her glasses on and got low. But yeah, that was like the coolest memory, was eagling the last hole of college golf. How could I? Yeah, that's
unreal.
Definitely it. That's definitely it. Yeah.
Wow.
And then we finished second to USC. So that was our best finish at nationals as a team while I was there.
Okay.
So kind of
awesome.
And then they won nationals the year after I left, so I felt like as soon as I left, got rid of the bad mojo. Everybody did good. So
That's funny.
yeah, but yeah, hopefully, 21 to 21. You guys will be.
We'll be 21.
Will it be 21? No, it'll be 22. No, it'll be 21. It'll be
Yeah.
fall of, or what? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but you guys will kill it. Hopefully. Do you have new players coming in? I'm guessing.
Yes, we have 2 freshmen. I've actually been friends with them for a long time, so it's gonna be a good time there. It's Ann Chen, she's from Texas, and then Phoebe Brinker from Delaware, and her aunt is actually Susie Whaley, the president of the PGA or something. So big golf family. So it's gonna be a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Yep.
What are we looking at for time?
25. All right. So one last question. What would be your best piece of advice for me to finish out my 3 years at Duke?
Okay, so best advice. I think the question you asked earlier with the 4 things.
Triangle thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all a balance, and I think that college is a hard time to get better, because you just.
I agree. Yeah.
You just have a lot on you, and so it's like balancing the perspective of that your game is here, and like the professional level is like a little bit harder. The courses are going to be a little longer, and so you have to get better, right? So you just kind of like, for me, that was always in the back of my mind, and I wish that it had been more. Like I wish I had realized how much better I needed to get, because when I was playing, even par, in a college round would put you in the top 10 every time.
Basically. Yeah.
And even par, like on the LPGA, you're going to be struggling to keep your cart. And so, like last year, I really struggled with certain parts of my game, and I was right around par all the time and missing cuts, frequently. So it's like, but then on the other hand, it's like you have all this time to develop. So like really try to use that time and talk to Coach Brooks, talk to John. You can call me. You have so many resources at Duke. That was the one thing that I just loved about being there, was just you have so many people, so many great people. Katie King, all these guys.
Yes.
Alex, get stronger. So use everything that you can get your hands on. Just use it all and try to learn as much as you can. And I would just say, try to do your balance thing, however you want to do it. And, get some sleep. You need sleep and all that, but like really enjoy the experience and use all those resources, and just try to get a little bit better, as much as you can, because once you're out of there, that once you graduate, it's very finite, like it's over, and it's like kind of like what we're talking about. It's a little bit sad,
Yeah.
I definitely felt that way after finishing. It was kind of sad, but you gotta find that drive and that motivation to be like, I'm always telling myself, like, I'll name people like Sei Young Kim, like Sung Hyun Park, Jin Young Ko, Brooke Henderson, and these girls are really, really, really good. And if you have that passion and that fire to be there, you can be there. I mean, 100%. All of us can do it. If you make it to the level that you're at, you can keep going up and up and up. So it's just a matter of fit all your pieces together, figure out what works for you, and just try your absolute best every day. That's all you can do. So I hope that helps. I don't know.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Well, I think you did pretty good with it also.
All right. Well, so are you going to go back for the fall? Is that you guys starting in the fall?
Yeah, so they sent us an email yesterday that fall registration canceled. We have to redo it all in August, and then our rooming, our housing system, they're completely scratching that, so we have to redo basically everything, and it's going to look a lot different. But I think we go back 2 weeks early, August 17th.
Okay.
So, yeah, can't come soon enough.
Yeah, I bet. You're just like, let's get
At
this season
home,
going.
yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah,
Well, I hope to see you out at some of these tournaments. I don't know if we'll cross paths. Hopefully we will.
yeah.
But yeah, anytime you need it. I know Gina a little bit, and Gina.
Gina's funny.
So yeah, you guys are awesome, and don't give Coach Brooks too much of a hard time.
Yeah, we'll try, we'll
Right.
try. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you so much. It was awesome. Great to meet you.
You too.
Good luck with everything.
Thank you. I'll see you.